My name is R Sinha. I am the Senior Vice President at Writer Relocations, Mumbai. Why I chose this course? My primary objective was to have different perspectives in marketing, in finance, in strategic decision making, in HR, operational excellence, etc. And it's best to have it from the subject matter experts. So we evaluated the programs that were available, in Ahmedabad and Hyderabad, ISB, and based on my interests and my area of focus, this program was best suited for me. The content was very good. I think very rich content. The way the course was structured was crisp, to the point, very well covered. The faculty was excellent, and some of the people like Ashok Banerjee, Anirban Pant, Professor Balram, Professor Sista, they are truly pro in what they teach, and their concepts were very clear. The way the subject matter was brought up and articulated made complete sense. See, we don't come to a course like this to find answers to specific problems. It's more to get perspectives. And looking back through the 4 modules, I think the perspectives that the various professors gave us forces one to think more rationally, find integrated solutions. One classic example would be the Wall Street and the Main Street capitalism. And when you understand what it is all about, then you realize how important it is to sometimes take hard decisions in the company. So overall, I think I've benefited from this course in terms of further developing my conviction on various topics, having insights which were there but kind of not sure which way to go, because very often in our business you deal with complex situations, you deal with ambiguous situations, you deal with situations where you don't have a clear answer and you don't have too much of information and you have to take decisions. So I think a course like this certainly helps you to think more maturely and make conscious decisions when you're faced or confronted with difficult issues. Well, learnings are many, but specifically, there are areas like merger and acquisition was a very interesting topic covered in one of the modules. So how does growth happen through acquisition and expansion, inorganic growth? That's something which I think is a need for every organization. There's a point at which every organization I think is faced with the challenge of organic growth and the top line getting sort of saturated. So in a situation like that, you have to diversify, you have to acquire more companies, you've got to look at increasing more business verticals, broadening your business base in order to be able to sustain the overheads. So I think that was one important takeaway, and the case studies that were relevant to this was Unilever and ITC, Tata's. So there were many case studies that we went through, but these are the ones which I can sort of on the spur of the moment I can talk about. So that was one thing that was of great interest to me. Getting a financial perspective, getting a perspective of how markets work in today's circumstances, and how does that impact the growth of the company from a stakeholder and a shareholder point of view is something that was very enriching. Ashok Banerjee gave us fantastic insights into how important it is to do the right things in the company to be able to consistently increase your share value. So I guess that was another insight which was an important takeaway. The various skill sets. Leena Chatterjee took a session which was also very interesting. On the EQ aspect, in terms of the various skills and the various attitude. What are the different aspects which are important in terms of decision making. So there are various takeaways. Even the marketing myopia class was very interesting. So overall, I think the content was very good. Professor Balram's session was fantastic. I think operational excellence is something which we are all a part of. We need to contribute in some way or the other to further bring about efficiency in a cost-effective manner in our organizations. So again, that has helped. Well, I have no hesitation recommending this program for people who aspire to reach senior positions in their organizations, for people who are especially in the P&L role, for people who want to who are part of the strategy team, or who are part of making important decisions in their companies. And the reason I say this is because you can't spend too much of time while in with your professional commitments. You can't stay away from work for too long. And I think 5 days or 6 days at the max is just about the right time you can manage. So one good aspect of this was it was broken into 4 modules, and it didn't sort of disrupt my work schedule there in Mumbai. I could delegate, I could get others to manage the desk, and also focus on, because a course like this, when you invest so much of time and money, you need to do it with a one-track mind. They don't overload you in terms of having to read too many case studies and come. For one module, I think about 5, 6, 7 case studies were given to us to read, and that was, I think, well spread over the 5 or 6 day module. So, and the content, the quality of case studies, the quality of lectures was fantastic. Was really a level that one would expect from an IIM. So there is, I can't say there's no need to go to a Harvard or a Stanford, but this is no less than a Harvard or a Stanford in terms of quality. Yes, it's kind of little challenging in the beginning because you're not used to sitting for 8 hours and 10 hours. But sometimes these sessions are so engrossing, they're so gripping that you don't realize how time flies. And it's the way you kind of look at it, because if you get engaged with the topic or with the discussion, then it doesn't really make you bored, or it doesn't sort of make you feel that it's demanding on you. You kind of start enjoying it after a few days.